What's up, guys? Just thought I'd make a quick video talking about the Street Fighter, or the Ultra Street Fighter 4 reveal trailer for this character. I believe it's called Decapre. Whatever. A lot of people are pretty upset about it, actually. Saying, it's stupid, I waited 5 months for this, and, it's just a cami skin, and trust me, I understand. I was not ever interested in this game, which is why I don't know if I'll post this as a rant video or not, but because I was never really interested in Ultra Street Fighter 4. I made a video a while back saying why I haven't made a video about it, and I just don't care, honestly. I didn't know the characters that were announced, and all it really is 4 Street Fighter Cross Tekken characters that they basically just imported into the game, and then this 5th character. And, I mean, I would have been pretty upset too, had I cared about the game. But, let's be honest, folks, a lot of these people who are saying it's stupid, they're probably still going to buy it. Again, I understand completely if you don't buy it, but, I mean, there are some people out there that are saying, this is retarded, but, they're still going to buy it. All the people who play tournaments, they're all going to buy it. The people who are just these big channels on YouTube, no matter what the game is, they're going to buy it. The game could be considered complete garbage. It could be a game like Battlefield 4, Call of Duty Ghosts, Ultra Street Fighter 4, the new Mortal Kombat, whatever the case may be. And they're going to play it because it's the newest thing. So regardless, those big channels are going to play it. People are probably going to see enough footage for it that they're just going to be like, oh, I'll buy it, just to be up to date or whatever. So I just think the idea of people spending money on Street Fighter stuff and just companies that copy the same procedure where, oh, they'll just buy it anyway. It's kind of like those movies, like the new Fantastic Four movie. There was one of the actors, there was a bunch of complaints about the actors that were in it. Like, it just, nobody really liked it. And one of the actors said, oh, well, it doesn't matter because they're going to see it anyway. It's like the same thing that these companies have with the same mentality. Well, they'll buy it anyway. And people just need to stop buying this stuff. I bought Arcade Edition, granted, but I bought it when it was $20. Okay, because I didn't think it was worth... And I also bought a physical version because I believe in having physical versions. Which it was really just an updated patch on a disc, so it was really kind of pointless, but it had the option for switching features and everything, which is fine. And apparently this Ultra game's gonna have it, but I mean, come on, this reveal was really weak. The game, to me, I bet it'll be $40, just like Arcade Edition and Super. And I just think it's stupid. It's like, what's the point? Okay, so we have 4 characters from Street Fighter Cross Tekken plus a reskin. And according to news I heard, apparently Cammy got nerfed really hard. So I guess that's kind of their compensation. Well, we nerfed Cammy, but we're going to make this new character, so you'll have to use this character or something. I mean, it's like the evil Ryu to the game. It's just pointless. I mean, there were a lot of people pissed off about this. I seen a lot of dislikes on the video. I just happened to watch it because I was like, who is this character? And people are saying it's a Cammy character. I'm like, what? So I had to go see it. And yeah, it's just one of Bison's dolls. If you haven't seen it, go check out the video and you'll see what I'm talking about. But like I said, I didn't think I was gonna make another Street Fighter video after my Assassin's Fist thoughts, because I kind of said I'm done with the whole Street Fighter thing. But this has just pushed it even more over. It's like the EA of companies who just feel like, oh, we see a franchise doing good, let's ruin it. Let's find a way to ruin it. And Capcom's already done it with most of their franchises, just like EA has done, ruining Battlefield and whatnot. And now they're, Capcom's been ruining, Mega Man, and or not giving it attention. Resident Evil, I think that needs no explanation. And, Devil May Cry, and now Street Fighter was the last one to go. And I actually didn't think it would ever happen to Street Fighter. You know, and I always kind of defended Street Fighter in the way that, well, they can't really make new games, you know, because of how was I going to word that? They're not going to make new games because they could just, you know, keep balancing the game that works really well. And to be honest, Street Fighter 4 does work out very well. But at the end of the day, these updates are not necessary. Like the way they do this versus patching. They should have just patched this stuff in for free. Okay, they don't need to recreate the same game over and over again. And people saying that Capcom's going to lose money over this, they're not, folks. They're really not. You know, most of the hardcore Street Fighter fans or just fighting game fans, they're going to buy this. I'm not going to buy this. Not until it drops to maybe $20, or if I find it real cheap used at GameStop. But even then, I probably won't buy it, because if I want to play Street Fighter Cross Tekken characters, I'll just play Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Again, mechanics are different, but, you know, it just doesn't seem worth it to me to give this kind of money. And people are saying, well, Capcom's losing money and all this, and they're not going to get a dime from me, they're Crapcom, whatever. You know, but at the end of the day, I mean, these people who are saying this are turning around buying games like the millionth version of Resident Evil 4, and it's just stupid. You know, I can understand if you want the HD version because you sold your PS2, or your PS2 doesn't work anymore. That's one thing. I have the HD version of Resident Evil 4 for that reason, because I cannot play my PS2 version. So I bought that to, you know, thankfully replace it. But now they've got this PC version coming out, and it's just like, how many times are you going to do this? How many times are you going to rehash the old game? How many times are you going to ruin a game franchise? How many times are you going to, you know, take this game and say, well, we're going to ruin this, but hey, buy the old one? You know, like, it's just ridiculous. I've just not liked a lot of Capcom's decisions over the last few years. I really haven't liked the direction they've taken Street Fighter. It's one of the reasons I've stopped even supporting it. I haven't put hardly anything up on my channel about it because I just don't care about Street Fighter anymore. The community is just a whole nother thing, and they were also a problem in what got me getting out of the Street Fighter community. But Capcom themselves and their decisions also threw me out. The community just sort of pushed me over the edge. It was like, okay, I'm done. I'm just done with this franchise. I'm done. So, it is what it is. This Decapre character is disappointing. What more can I say? It's a Cammy reskin. I mean, there's nothing left to be said other than that it was disappointing for the people who actually cared about this game. Now, like I said, I wasn't disappointed because I didn't have any interest in this game to begin with. I will be taking my money and I will be investing in the next Mortal Kombat game, or Injustice, or whatever, because I don't have that either. Anything I think would be better to invest than buying this game, to be honest, because there's just nothing there. They hyped this character up for what, 5 months? I think I read someone's comment saying, I've been hyped for this for 5 months and this is what I get. You know, everyone's pissed. I'm not pissed because I'm not disappointed because I stopped caring. But I don't see myself ever really buying this. I mean, I didn't even buy the 12 characters for Street Fighter Cross Tekken. And like I said before, I loved the patching. I loved the patching idea. The patching idea where, you know, let's patch the game to balance it. That's fine. They just need to continue to balance it. You know, and if they want to have characters, instead of selling millions of costumes, sell us characters to buy. And then just, in that, add a patch that patches the game to where, okay, it'll patch it and it'll add more characters in the select screen. And you can't tell me they can't do it. Regardless, because Street Fighter Cross Tekken had it, but not only that, you could say, oh, well, that was already on the disc. Okay, fair enough. Then let's talk about Battlefield, for example. When Battlefield, especially Battlefield 4, and even Street Fighter Cross Tekken had its share of patches, where they actually fixed stuff within the game, especially with the 2013 patch, where they fixed like the energy bar colors when like your health was going down or whatever, or swapped out. The bar color was changed. So if they can make modifications like that, and they can make UI modifications in Battlefield and various other modifications with patches, they can do that with Street Fighter 4. I'm sorry, but they could. And if you're gonna sit there and tell me they can't, just no. You're just blindly supporting this. Because at the end of the day, they could easily do that. It's not that technical. You know, we're basically buying the same game over and over again that you've been buying since 2009. If you want to count 2008 for the arcade version of Street Fighter 4 when it first released. But for the console versions, 2009 and beyond, you've been buying the same game for the last 5 years. It's enough, Capcom. Look, it was understandable back in the Street Fighter 2 and 3 days because there really was no patching. You know, you could argue, well, the PC version could have had fixes or whatever, but regardless, we're living in a day and age where you can patch stuff. And the fact that you're not going to patch it and just release another game and say, whoa, look at this, it's got a fresh coat of paint, it's got a new select screen and new characters, and you can version select, which the version select is the only cool feature about this. Other than that, it's stupid. And who really cares about version select? Most people are going to have the old versions anyway. Oh, so you'll just sell off all your old, you know, it's dumb. It's just dumb at the end of the day. And I don't have much left to say on it. Again, if you guys, you know, have anything to input, you can leave it in a comment, or you can just do whatever. I don't really care. Like I said, I have no interest in Street Fighter really anymore. I even said it in my Assassin's Fist video. I really have no interest for it. I'm hoping they get, you know, something good for that live action, especially for the sour taste in your mouth after this character reveal. But character reveal, there's not much I can say other than it's a reskin Cammy. Whoop-de-doo. It's the evil Ryu of this version of the game. It's dumb. Pointless. Anyway, folks, that's all I've got to say, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Peace.